Chosen ones. Take a moment to pause right now, because what you are about to hear is not just another message. It is a divine interruption, a sacred appointment. You did not arrive here by chance. You were led, and you were drawn into this moment because heaven has something to reveal, something that is so timely and so transformative that it will unlock a new dimension of purpose in your life. This is God saying, it is time to tell you everything. And if you've been sensing a shift, if you've been feeling like something is about to break open, then this message is your confirmation. Have you been waking up with a feeling you can't explain? Like destiny is pressing in, like something deeper is calling you out of routine and into revelation. That's not your imagination. That's God stirring your spirit, preparing your heart, aligning your steps, because He's about to unveil the secrets of your journey, the reasons behind the resistance, the blessings behind the battles. And it's all pointing to one truth. You are chosen. This is not. You have been hidden. But now it is time to rise. You have been waiting. But now it is time to receive what you are about to hear. What you are about to hear will activate the part of you that has always known deep down that there is more, and that the more has your name on it. Before we go any further, I want to say thank you to every single soul who has supported this work through the years. This is about religion. It is about relationships. It is about awakening to who you truly are and what you were born to become. It is about financial release, spiritual clarity, physical restoration, and divine instruction for your next season. Super. Thanks. Your generosity isn't just seen. It's sacred. It's a seed planted in fertile ground, helping this message reach more of God's chosen around the world. Whether you've given once or continue to give, I honor you. And if you haven't donated, know this, your presence here is already a gift. You are deeply appreciated, just as you are now. Let's come into agreement. Hit that like button to charge this message with intention. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones, walking boldly into their divine assignment, and comment 707 below as a prophetic declaration that you're ready for clarity, ready for breakthrough, ready for everything God is about to pour into your life. Because chosen one, the time is now. Heaven is speaking, and your life is about to be rewritten. God's chosen ones. God says, it's time to tell you everything. Listen before midnight strikes. Chosen one, take a breath and feel this moment, because it's not just another turning point. It's the moment heaven has circled on your timeline right now. You are standing on the edge of a spiritual threshold that separates every tear you shed in private, every silent battle you fought when no one was looking, every night you wrestled with doubt while clinging to faith. It was all preparation for this moment when God finally says, now you are ready. Now I will tell you everything. Who you were before, who you are about to become, and everything in between. Have you ever wondered why certain doors stayed shut even when you prayed fervently? Why people walked away just when you needed the most? Why you faced storm after storm, even while trying to walk in obedience? Those weren't punishments. They were divine shaping tools, God's chisels, crafting a vessel capable of carrying a glory, weight others couldn't handle. You weren't being broken, you were being built. This isn't about crumbs of favor or fleeting glimpses of breakthrough. What's about to happen in your life is a divine outpouring, one that touches every single layer of your existence. Are you prepared for the kind of abundance that rewrites your entire narrative? Because this season isn't casual. It's covenant. Your finances will no longer reflect struggle. They'll reflect stewardship of kingdom wealth. Your health will no longer echo weakness. It will resonate with restoration. Your relationships won't revolve around survival. They'll be rooted in purpose, your identity. It will be anchored in divine clarity, and your purpose chosen. One will become unmissable, like a lighthouse breaking through the fog. Your life will shine with the undeniable favor of God. Have you always felt like the different one in the room? Like no matter how much you tried to fit in, something in your soul resisted blending with the crowd? That's not rebellion, it's revelation. God never designed you to conform. You were sent here to disrupt, to awaken, to lead you. Are a divine disruptor in a world addicted to illusions. The financial pressure, the isolation, the internal chaos. It wasn't random. It was refinement. Just like a sword must pass through fire to be worthy of battle. You too were forged in flames, so your faith would be unshakable, just as Oprah Winfrey was told that she was not suitable for television. She went through rejection and abuse, and then she rose to become a global force of empowerment. She did not give up. She grew through it. And now, just like Oprah Winfrey, you are stepping into your visibility. God is saying today, you've passed the test, and now I'm lifting the veil. This unveiling isn't just about what's ahead, it's about what's already inside of you. Revelation is God's way of syncing heaven's frequency with your heart's purpose. You've walked by faith long enough now. It's time to walk by sight. The blueprint is about to unfold. Your vision wasn't a fantasy. Your instincts weren't random. Those quiet flashes of knowing, those dreams that refused to die. That was me, says the Lord. And now, I will show you how it all comes together. Think of someone like Nelson Mandela, who endured 27 years in prison with no clear promise of freedom, but in silence. God was preparing a deliverer, and when the time came, everything shifted overnight. He emerged, not bitter, but bold, not vengeful, but victorious, and his life changed the course of a nation, just like Joseph, just like Mandela. Your trials are turning into triumph. This isn't about survival anymore. It's about stewardship. The world is about to see the manifestation of what heaven has known all along. Your anointing was never on pause. It was maturing. The silence is over. The shadows are lifting. The season of lack of delay, of wondering if God still sees you. It's officially ended. You are stepping into divine visibility. And when God elevates you, no man, no lie, no opposition can reverse it. As Revelation 3:8 declares, I have set before you an open door, that no one can shut. The doors being opened to you now are not based on your resume. They are based on your refinement. Doors of opportunity, doors of healing, doors of global impact. They are yours chosen. 1. Think of Tyler Perry, once homeless, writing plays. No one attended, but he stayed obedient to the vision God gave him today. He owns a studio larger than any Hollywood lot. God doesn't need a crowd to confirm your calling. He only needs your consistency, and you've been consistent in the dark. That's why the light is now being commanded to highlight you. You are entering a season where your very presence will preach. People won't just hear your testimony. They'll feel it. Hear the words of Jeremiah 33:3. Call to me, and I will answer you, and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. God is not just talking about spiritual facts. He's talking about divine strategy. You are being handed insight that others can't see, access that others can't reach. The days of spiritual drought are over. Your discernment is being sharpened, and your dreams are becoming instructions. Take a moment to imagine a life in which you wake up not with fear, but with clarity, not with confusion, but with divine conviction. This is the life that God is now authorizing for you, because you did not give up, because you continued to pray, even when it didn't make sense, because you remained steadfast in your commitment to the vision, even when others mocked it. God is now honoring that loyalty. Take, for example, Vera Wang, who did not design her first wedding dress. You are about to contradict every lie that said it was too late for you. It is not late. It is launch time. As 1 Corinthians 2:9 reminds us, No eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love him. The world would have called her late until she turned 40, but God called her right on time. Your timeline is about to contradict every lie that said it was too late for you. Chosen one. This is not a general word. This is a divine appointment. You are not just here to hear this. You were destined to receive. This God is saying, what you've endured was the training, now comes the unveiling. The world will see what I've hidden for such a time as this. The passion in your heart, the vision in your spirit, the fire that's never died, even through storms. It's all about to be activated on a supernatural scale. You're stepping into your prophetic identity, and nothing can stop it. Now, chosen one, lean in, because what's unfolding in your life is nothing short of a divine metamorphosis. When God says, it's time to tell you everything, he isn't just giving you information. He is releasing transformation. This is not about simply learning more. It's about becoming more. You are being redefined from the inside out, shaped by revelation and crowned with clarity. No longer will you look in the mirror and see a flawed version of yourself. You will begin to see what God has always seen in you, a vessel of purpose, a masterpiece forged in grace, chosen to carry out heaven's design on earth. Have you ever stopped to wonder? This transformation will take root, and your confidence will no longer be based on your accomplishments or appearance. Instead, it will flow from intimacy with the one who commands galaxies and still knows your name. This confidence radiates, and it changes how you speak, how you walk, and how you show up. People will look at you and see a glow that defies logic, and they will sense peace before you even speak that glow. This is why, despite your past and despite what you've lost, you still carry this sense of sacred assignment. This is because your calling is sealed without your perfection, but rather by God's divine election. It's not makeup, charisma, or status. It's the evidence of divine encounter. Just like Moses, who returned from God's presence with his face glowing so brightly, the people could hardly look at him. Your presence will be marked. The wilderness didn't break you. It revealed you. The time in isolation was never punishment. It was preparation, and preparation always precedes elevation. Do you remember how Maya Angelou, despite enduring racism, abuse, and mutinous for years, eventually emerged as one of the most influential voices of hope and humanity? Her pain became her poetry. Her past didn't define her. God used it to refine her. So it is with you. You are not just being blessed. You are becoming the blessing. That's why your transformation won't be limited to the spiritual. It will impact your relationships, your vision, your body, and yes, your finances. Let's talk about this shift in provision. God isn't just renewing your spirit. He's replenishing your storehouse. You've spent too long scraping by, feeling like your dreams were on hold because of lack. But he's saying, I am the Lord who provides, and he means it. Philippians 4:19 promises, and my God will meet all your needs, according to the riches of his glory in Christ Jesus. That is not poetic. It is prophetic. The breakthroughs that are coming to your finances are not just relief. They are release. Think of Howard Schultz, the former CEO of Starbucks, who grew up in public housing and watched his father suffer financially. That pain became the fuel to create one of the most influential companies in the world, built on dignity and vision. Your previous limitations are about to birth legacy wealth, and this is what has happened to him. Wealth is not just for comfort, it's for kingdom impact. God is releasing ideas, connections, and resources into your life so that you can become a conduit of his generosity. Your abundance is not a coincidence. It's a commission. Psalm 50:10 reminds us that God owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. He's not wondering how to supply your needs. He already has. What if that idea that's been lingering in your heart is actually the key to funding someone else's deliverance? What if that opportunity you've been hesitating on is the divine door to generational change? Chosen one. This is not just your season. It's your assignment. You're not walking into prosperity for your sake alone. You're walking in legacy. The revelation you receive now will shape not only your life, but the lives of your children and their children. When God gives a word, it's never shallow. It echoes through generations. You're not just collecting blessings. You are becoming a blueprint for those who come after you. This deeper awakening isn't only about vision, it's about spiritual clarity. Have you noticed that lately, things that used to confuse you now make sense? That's the Spirit of God, tuning your frequency to heaven. You're beginning to see from a higher dimension. What if that closed door was actually divine protection? What if that delay was an intentional pause to build you into the version of yourself that can handle the next level? Take the Apostle Paul. Before he became a mouthpiece for the gospel, he was Saul, violent, arrogant, convinced he was doing right. But one divine encounter on the road to Damascus rewired everything. He didn't just receive new direction. He became a new creation. That's what's happening to you. Chosen one God isn't just showing you the way forward. He's giving you new eyes to see it as. 2 Corinthians 5:17 declares, "If anyone is in Christ, they are a new creation. The old has passed away, the new has come." You are not bound by your past. You are becoming the revelation. And with this awakening comes clarity. Like never before, the fog is lifting. The confusion is dissolving. God is now revealing the why behind the waiting, the what behind the warfare, and the how behind the hope. You are no longer just surviving. You're understanding. No more wondering. No more wondering. Your steps are now ordered. Now. The chosen one. Let us speak of your presence, because as God reveals these secrets to you, He is also magnifying your impact. You are no longer invisible, and your very presence will shift atmospheres. People won't understand it, but they will feel it. Peace will follow you. Confidence will walk with you. Grace will speak before you even utter a word. This is not ego, it's elevation. Your posture is changing because your position has changed. Consider Princess Diana, who was not only known for her status, but also for the way she carried herself around, brought comfort and compassion to everyone around her. She didn't just wear a crown. She carried a heart that healed. That same anointing is resting on you. As God reveals more of His truth to you, you will walk into places and bring peace to chaos, faith to fear, light to despair. And it won't even be about what you say. It will be about who you are. Isaiah 43:1 says, "Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name, you are mine." And 1 Peter 2:9 reminds you, you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession. You're not trying to become worthy. You already are. You're not climbing to be accepted. You were already claimed. This revelation is not only about what God is doing for you, it's about what He's doing in you. Your old doubts are losing power. Your old fears are crumbling. You are stepping into a version of yourself that was written in heaven before time began. Bold, whole, fearless, clear, empowered. You are not arriving late. You are arriving in divine timing. As Romans 13:11 declares, the hour has already come for you to wake up from your slumber, because your salvation is nearer now than when we first believed in Chosen One. You are awakening. You are arising, and heaven is rejoicing. Chosen One. Listen closely, because what's coming next isn't just predictable blessing. It's unexpected glory. Divine surprises are being released over your life. Interruptions that don't just change your day. They redefine your destiny when God says, "It's time to tell you everything." He's not handing you a map. He's orchestrating miracles. This is the season where heaven invades your timeline. where ordinary days turn into life-altering encounters. You may have opened your eyes this morning with the expectation of a routine, but heaven had already planned a divine appointment. What if the next phone call changes your career? What if your healing comes not after years, but today? What if the breakthrough you thought was months away is actually minutes away? These are not wishful thinking. They are divine possibilities that have been strategically set in motion for you. Consider the story of the woman at the well in John 4. She went to get water, thinking it was just another day, just another task, but ended up encountering Jesus himself. Her encounter with him changed her story. You did not stumble upon this message by chance. Rather, you were driven here by heavenly gravity. Have you ever pondered the reason why, even when life seemed chaotic, something within you whispered, "There's more"? Identity and her mission are both your tale as well. That whisper was heaven. That whisper was God saying, "Get ready. I'm about to exceed your expectations." And these blessings coming your way are not just for your comfort. They're designed to cause overflow. You are not just being blessed. You are becoming a blessing. Your family, your community, your lineage. They're about to be changed because of what God is doing in you. As He pours into you, others will be healed by the overflow. Your life will serve as a prophetic example of what happens when someone dares to believe. Think about Viola Davis, who grew up in extreme poverty, living in condemned buildings and facing hunger daily. But she believed in a higher purpose and walked through the fire. Now, not only does she inspire millions, but she actively builds platforms to help others rise. That's you, chosen one, a carrier of change, a conduit of compassion, a force of divine light in a dark world. But let's not ignore the weight of the battles you faced, because with every blessing comes a backstory of struggle. The enemy came hard because he saw your potential. The financial pressure, emotional trauma, and spiritual warfare weren't random. They were resistance to your rising. But God, in His sovereignty, used every assault to train you, to sharpen you, and to clothe you in strength, like David did when he stood before Goliath. You weren't armed with the weapons of the world. Rather, you were armed with trust, and that trust became your sling. Isaiah 54:17 promises that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And now those weapons are beneath your feet. What attempted to destroy you only positioned you. You didn't just survive. You emerged as a warrior chosen by God. The harvest is here. The seeds of faith, the cries in the night, the fasting's prayers, and the prayers have reached heaven. The response is being released. You are stepping into a season where every moment carries miracle weight. Don't be surprised when the right doors swing open without knocking. Don't doubt when strangers become destiny helpers. Don't hesitate when sudden favor surrounds you. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. And now let's talk legacy. Because God isn't just thinking about your today. He's writing through you for generations to come. Abraham wasn't given a blessing. He was given a nation. His faith didn't just bless his son. It set a spiritual pattern for countless descendants. That's what's happening to you. Your obedience, your willingness to rise, when others would have quit, is birthing generational momentum. God is giving you wisdom, strategy, and resources to build something eternal. This is not about titles. It's about transformation. You're not being blessed for status. You're being trusted for impact. Your legacy won't be written in bricks, but in lives, changed, souls awakened, and futures rewritten because of your yes. Think of Malala Yousafzai, who after surviving an assassination attempt for speaking out about education didn't stay silent. She amplified her voice. Her pain turned into a platform. Her resistance became a revolution. And now her legacy is education, justice, and global advocacy. Your story, chosen one, carries that same weight. What you overcome becomes what you pass down. The blessings God is giving you aren't just breakthroughs, they're building blocks. Now let's talk about the confidence awakening inside you. This isn't self-help. This is spirit-born boldness, as God reveals everything. He's removing the layers of false identity that the world tried to place on you. You're not timid. You're powerful. You're not overlooked. You're appointed. The confidence you're stepping into now isn't loud. It's unshakable. It's the quiet roar of someone who knows God before them. 2 Timothy 1:7 reminds you, "For God gave us a spirit, not of fear, but of power and love and self-control." And this isn't about being boastful. It's about walking like you know who sent you. You'll walk into rooms and feel the atmosphere shift, not because you said anything, but because you carry something. That something is the weight of God's favor. People won't always understand it. They'll just know there's something about you that's different. You don't blend in because you were never meant to. You're marked, sealed, and sent. Just like Serena Williams, who trained under relentless conditions and was doubted and disrespected for years, but never wavered. Her confidence didn't come from acceptance. It came from knowing her identity and claiming her space. You are claiming your spiritual space. Now you are stepping into rooms, spiritual, physical, relational, and you're not shrinking. Chosen one. The revelation is here, and it's not just a message, it's a mission. God is unveiling His plans. Yes, but more than that, He's revealing the magnitude of His love and the fullness of your calling. You are not here to play small. You are here to radiate heaven, to embody divine wisdom, to speak with clarity, to move with authority, and to inspire the world with your transformation. Feel this truth in your bones. You're not fighting for victory anymore. You are walking in it. The fire in your belly. That's purpose. Igniting the stirring in your spirit. That's destiny. Waking up, God is saying, "You've been faithful. Now watch me. Be faithful to you. You are not behind. You're right on time, and the glory about to be revealed in your life. It will silence every doubt, every delay, every voice that said, 'You couldn't.'" Ephesians 3:20 declares, "Now to Him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly, above all we ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us." That's your now. That's your next. That's your divine reality, chosen one. The courage rising within you right now is not a coincidence. It's confirmation. This is more than a feeling. It's the divine fire of boldness. God is igniting in your spirit as His revelation unfolds. He's not merely giving you insight. He's activating your authority. The fears that used to paralyze you are losing their grip. The doubts that clouded your mind are being silenced by clarity. You are not who you used to be. You're stepping into your identity as a warrior of light, commissioned to carry heaven's confidence into every space you enter. Have you noticed lately that you're not as afraid of the unknown as you once were? That's not just growth. It's divine transformation. Can you sense the old chains snapping off one by one? Joshua 1:9 was never a suggestion. It was a divine command. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. This is your directive, chosen one. You're not walking into this next chapter with uncertainty. You're walking in like someone who knows heaven has. You should think about David, who was just a shepherd boy with no armor, no army, and no status. However, he had favor, he had faith, and with one smooth stone, he dropped a giant that no one else dared to face. What are the giants that are standing in front of you today? Could it be that they are trembling more than you are? This kind of courage will open doors that you once thought were closed. You will find yourself speaking up where you used to shrink back. You will pursue divine opportunities without flinching. You will dream bigger because you finally believe that you are worthy of the vision God placed inside you, like Rosa Parks, whose quiet courage ignited a revolution. Your boldness will be contagious. People will feel it in your voice, see it in your steps, and recognize it in your presence. Not because you're trying to impress, but because the glory of God is unmistakable in those who have truly seen Him. Ask yourself, what would your life look like if you truly lived like God was with you every single step? Now let's talk about the divine relationships coming into your life. As God reveals everything, He's also realigning your circle. He's not just changing what you know. He's changing who walks with you for too long. You've carried relationships that drained your spirit, confused your direction, and made you question your worth. But that season is ending. Are there people in your life you're holding on to simply because of history? Yet deep down you know they no longer fit your future. God is pruning your connections not to punish you, but to protect what He's building in you. Proverbs 27:17 says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." And that is the kind of connection that God is cultivating around you. Imagine connecting with people who don't just tolerate your vision, but fan the flames of it. Friends who don't compete with you, they complete the assignment with you. Mentors who speak life partners, who understand your depth. A community that doesn't just applaud your wins, but stands with you in the war. Think of C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien, two authors who sharpened each other's creativity and faith through shared purpose. This is what God is aligning for you right now. But before you do that, you must first ask yourself, what are you doing? Are you willing to let go of what is familiar in order to receive what is divinely chosen? The same renewal that is occurring in your spirit is now overflowing into your body. God's revelation does not just touch your mind, it revives your health. You have carried stress, fatigue, tension, and emotional exhaustion for an excessive amount of time, but no longer. God is saying, I am restoring your strength, I am healing what was broken, and I am breathing life into every weary place. This isn't just spiritual refreshment, it's physical transformation. Have you been feeling a quiet nudge to take better care of yourself lately? That's not guilt. That's the Spirit prompting your alignment with His promise. Jeremiah 3:17 declares, I will restore you to health and cure your wounds. That's not wishful thinking. It's a divine guarantee. As you surrender to His plan, you'll notice things shifting, habits becoming healthier, sleep becoming deeper, emotions becoming steadier. People will say, you look younger, more alive, even radiant. That's not vanity. It's victory. It's what happens when your body becomes a living temple for God's presence. Think of Jane Goodall, who in her 80s still travels, speaks and works tirelessly for creation. Her vitality comes not from convenience, but from conviction. How would your daily life change if you truly believed your health was part of your holy calling? This isn't just a renewal, it's a resurrection. You're not going back to who you were. You're stepping forward as someone fully awakened, fully equipped, fully alive in Christ. Everything about you is aligning your body, your mind, your spirit, and it's all pointing to one truth. You are a living testimony, one that cannot be denied. You are no longer surviving. You are thriving, and your presence will prove it. Chosen one, understand this. You're not being made new for vanity. You're being made whole for victory. God has incredible assignments ahead, territories to claim, people to reach, purposes to fulfill. And He's making sure you have the strength, clarity, and stamina to carry it all. This isn't about perfection. It's about preparation. You've passed the tests, you've endured the fire, and now you're ready for what's next. Can you feel the shift already happening in your heart, your mindset, your very atmosphere? You, chosen one, are walking in boldness, alignment, restoration, and divine fire. The days of shrinking, hiding, and doubting are over. You are here now, rising radiant and unshakable. The journey ahead isn't going to break you. It's going to reveal the greatness God already placed within you. Step forward, speak boldly, love fiercely, and before you go, what would happen if you lived like the breakthrough was already yours? You are not just in the story. You are the revelation chosen. Take a moment to pause, because what's opening in front of you right now isn't just an opportunity. It's a divine invitation. As God begins to reveal everything, He's not merely sharing His heart with you. He's unlocking doors that no human hand can shut. These moments you're about to step into, they're not coincidences. They're heaven-sent alignments. Have you felt something stirring inside you lately? A quiet push towards something unfamiliar but exciting. Maybe it's a business idea you've kept on the back burner, a creative vision you haven't dared to pursue, or a promotion you've convinced yourself you're not ready for. What if the very thing you've been hesitant about is the exact thing God is now ordaining? This is your moment. Walk through the door. These are not small, surface-level chances. These are divine setups, strategic assignments where God is orchestrating people, places, timing, and provision to thrust you into your purpose. Think of Nehemiah, just a humble cupbearer in a palace, never trained to be a builder, never appointed as a leader. Yet when God placed the burden of Jerusalem on his heart, everything shifted. Kings offered resources. Enemies were silenced. Workers were gathered, and a broken wall, symbolic of a broken people, was rebuilt in record time. Why? Because Nehemiah said, yes. So, what doors are opening in your life right now that scare you because they appear to be too big? Could it be that their size is the confirmation that they were never meant to be walked through in your own strength? Say yes, you have been chosen. One step forward. Your role is not to have everything figured out. It is to move when God says move. These doors will stretch you, but they will not break you. They will train you, but they will not destroy you. They will increase your capacity so that when greater responsibility arrives, your spirit is prepared to carry the weight, just like Sarah Blakely, who founded Spanx with the intention of 5,000 and no background in fashion, but with an undeniable pull in her spirit. Your willingness to trust God's prompting can birth an entire movement. Every step you take into these new opportunities will be wrapped in God's wisdom. You'll feel the tension of growth, but also the comfort of guidance. And when you look back, you'll realize every closed door behind you was setting the stage for the open doors ahead. Chosen one. You're not just making moves, you're fulfilling heaven's blueprint, and the world will see the glory of God in you, not just in what you accomplish, but in the faith it took to begin. Now, chosen one. Let's shift to what's flowing into your heart, even now. Peace. As God reveals His secrets, He isn't just sending blessing after blessing. He's sending stillness, not silence, but serenity. Philippians 4:7 declares, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." This peace is not passive. It is protective. It guards you like a shield. Have you noticed that you are no longer panicking over things that used to unravel you? This is not because life has become easier. Rather, it is because you have become anchored. You are entering a season in which peace is your default. This peace is not anxiety, stress, or frantic overthinking. It is a supernatural peace that is unshakable. It is the kind that allows you to sleep soundly, even when you don't know what's next. It is the kind that provides you with clarity in decisions that were previously confusing. This is because God is guiding every step, and you finally trust Him completely. Let me ask you, when was the last time you made a major decision? Decision not based on fear, but on peace. That's how you'll move in this next season, led by inner confirmation, not outer chaos. And and others will see it. They'll wonder how you remain steady while the world seems to spiral. They'll watch you navigate transitions, battles, and promotions with calm authority. That will be your moment to testify, not about your strength, but about your source. You'll say, "It's not me. It's the God who lives in me." Your peace will become an evangelist. It will draw others toward God, simply because of how you carry. Think of Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers, when you are in a storm. He was not only a television icon, but also a man of unwavering calm in a noisy world. His peace was not performed. Rather, it was practiced faith. You are now a quiet presence that shifts atmospheres. Choose to embrace this peace, not as a side effect, but as a weapon. Peace will make you unoffendable. It will guard your vision. It will clarify your spirit. The old triggers won't move you as they used to. The enemy will try to move you, but his darts will fall flat against your steady soul. This is how you can use peace. Powerful peace this is what happens when God says, "I'm revealing everything." He doesn't just show you the plan, he gives you the power to walk it out without fear. And this peace, it's not just for you. It's generational. It's legacy. You'll model peace in your home, in your business, in your ministry. Your children will witness a new normal. Your friends will catch your calm, like a wildfire of quiet. Your very life will whisper to others, "It's possible to live free." This is what walking in God's rhythm looks like. A life that flows with assurance, because every step is held in divine hands. Chosen one. Do you feel that bubbling beneath the surface? That rising warmth? That spark that refuses to stay hidden? That's joy, not fleeting happiness, not a smile, masking sorrow, but deep, radiant, unshakable joy, planted by God Himself as He reveals everything to you. He's not just pouring purpose into your life, He's flooding you with joy that can't be contained. Have you caught yourself smiling when nothing outward has changed? Laughing even while walking through trials? That's not denial. That's divine delight. Nehemiah 8:10 says, it clearly, "The joy of the Lord is your strength." And that strength is rising now, quietly, but powerfully, redefining how you show up in the world. This joy isn't circumstantial. It's spiritual. It's rooted in your identity. Loved, chosen, destined. And as you walk in this revelation, the joy within you will begin to leak out into rooms, into conversations, into lives. Have you noticed people gravitating toward your energy lately, wondering why you radiate light in such dark times? That's your joy, speaking louder than words. Just like Robin Roberts, who continued to anchor the news with grace, even while battling illness. Your joy will become a testimony of endurance, faith, and favor. And when the world tries to steal it, when circumstances attempt to choke it, you'll stand firm declaring, "My joy is not on loan. It's anchored in God's promises." What would it feel like to finally live from a place of joy instead of chasing it? This isn't an accessory to your calling. It's a weapon, a shield, a spiritual megaphone, declaring that the enemy has no hold on your heart. And as you walk in this unshakable joy, you won't just be blessed. You'll become a blessing, a spark that ignites others, a carrier of contagious gladness. Your joy will heal atmospheres and draw others to the source of it all, your Father. And it doesn't end there, as God continues pouring revelation into you. He's awakening a boldness that challenges every limitation you've ever accepted. You weren't born to blend in, chosen one. You were born to rise. Have you felt that shift lately? The sense that you're done shrinking, that you can't settle anymore for safe. That's not ego. It's divine urgency. It's heaven calling you up and out. This is your moment to roar, to move, to claim the extraordinary life God always intended for you. You've carried dreams. Others mocked. You've nurtured. visions that seemed out of reach. But every dream you dared to believe was seeded by God Himself. He's not just endorsing those dreams now, He's breathing life into them. Ephesians 3:20 comes alive in your story now. To Him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine. Let that soak in. What have you dared not even ask for? Because it felt too big. Because now God is saying, raise your faith. The limits are off. Remember, Walt Disney fired for lacking imagination. He pursued a dream the world didn't see coming, and generations have been changed because he refused to lower his expectations. So I ask you now, what would happen if you fully embraced the dreams God placed in your soul without apology or fear, and now chosen one? Let's talk about the influence God is placing in your hands. You're not being elevated just to be seen. You're being positioned to be a voice, a vessel, a light. The world doesn't need another echo. It needs your sound. Have you sensed the world watching you more closely? The invitations increasing. The whispers of people are listening. That's because God is amplifying your life for His glory. You won't need a title. You won't need a spotlight. God is your platform, and His favor is your promotion. Think of Deborah, judge, prophetess, leader. She didn't wait for approval. She stood in her boldness, and God used her to deliver an entire nation. That's the mantle on you. You may be influencing from a dinner table, a podcast mic, a classroom, or a boardroom. It doesn't matter when you speak. Heaven moves. Are you ready to lead with conviction? Even if you're the only one standing. As you walk in God's revelation, your voice will carry clarity. Your choices will influence legacies. Your presence will become a lighthouse for those lost in cultural fog. This is your time, not just to shine, but to show what glory under obedience looks like. Let's talk now about the divine creativity God is releasing within you. This isn't just about solving problems. This is about becoming a creator, just like the one whose image you bear. Have you been dreaming of projects that scare you? Ideas that feel too bold? Art that feels too vulnerable? Don't ignore those impulses. God is stirring your creative well. And now He's saying, draw from it. Your creativity isn't random. It's a divine tool. Exodus 31 reminds us of Bezalel, a man filled with God's Spirit to create the tabernacle with beauty and excellence. That same Spirit is now awakening your imagination. Whether you're a writer, builder, designer, innovator, or visionary, your work will carry an anointing others can't explain. Think of George Washington, carver, who took simple peanuts and discovered over 300 uses because he prayed over them. His creativity wasn't academic. It was prophetic. So what are you hiding in your notebook, your sketch pad, your hard drive, your heart? God is saying, create it, share it, build it. Don't wait for perfect. Don't wait for approval. Heaven has already approved it. The world is waiting on what only you can release. Finally, chosen one. Let's talk about the freedom erupting in your life. God isn't just blessing you. He's unbinding you. The shame, guilt, fear, and insecurity, they're breaking off. Do you feel lighter already? That's not imagination. That's liberation. The lies that said, you're not enough, silenced. The cycles that kept you stuck, shattered. Why? Because Isaiah 43:1 is echoing over your life. I have redeemed you. I have called you. By name, you are mine. This freedom isn't abstract. It's tangible. You'll walk away from habits you once clung to. You'll exit rooms that once held you back. You'll choose wholeness over comfort. Why? Because you finally know who you are. Like the Israelites leaving Egypt, you're not just... When you move away from bondage, you are going into your identity, your legacy, and your destiny. Now, let's conclude with this. The wisdom that God is pouring into you is not just practical, it is prophetic. James 15 says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, ask God, and it will be given to you." It is not a coincidence that God is revealing everything. He is not just changing your circumstances. He is deepening your capacity to love. This is not superficial affection. It is not conditional kindness. It is divine love. It is the kind that flows from heaven and heals everything it touches. Have you been noticing that your decisions feel sharper, that your discernment is stronger, that it is wisdom being activated, chosen one? Have you felt your heart expanding recently, stretching in ways that you didn't expect? This is not a coincidence because God is revealing everything. Have you been noticing that your heart has been expanding recently? This is the love of Christ rising up in you, and it is becoming your greatest weapon. According to 1 Corinthians 13:8, love never fails. This is a love that forgives beyond reason, a love that loves the very people who misjudged or abused you, a love that sees beauty and brokenness and possibility in imperfection. And that is what is anchoring you now. This love will not only transform you, but it will also transform the atmosphere around you. Have you noticed that people are drawn to you without knowing why? That is the light of divine love burning in your spirit. This love heals families, restores friendships, builds bridges, and softens hearts that have become hardened. Think of Mother Teresa, who carried a fierce, unconditional love for the forgotten and the dying. She did not seek applause. She sought to love like Jesus, and her legacy continues to speak. That same spirit is working through you now, chosen one. Let me ask you what you would do if you were to be able to love like Jesus. Your life look like. If you loved with no fear of rejection, no expectation of return. That's where God is leading you. You're not just being filled with love. You're becoming a vessel of it, a living, breathing testimony of what grace looks like in human form. And as this love flows through you, you'll see how it dismantles hatred, dissolves fear, and releases miracles. This love is bold, not passive. It doesn't retreat. It speaks truth, fights for justice, and gives without conditions. That's the kind of love that changes the world, and it's already flowing through you. Chosen one. Now, let's talk about the authority rising inside you as God reveals His truth. He's not just blessing you with insight. He's clothing you with power. Have you felt it? That new confidence in your prayers that shift when you walk into a room and the atmosphere adjusts. That's not pride. That's kingdom authority. Luke 10:19 reminds us, "I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and to overcome all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you." This isn't just a promise. It's your spiritual inheritance. You're no longer begging for permission. You're building divine territory. You are speaking with boldness, moving with purpose, praying with impact, and things are shifting because heaven is backing you. You think of Nelson Mandela, a man who walked out of prison, not with the intention of retribution, but with the authority of peace, purpose, and reconciliation. That is the kind of weight your presence is beginning to carry. Have you realized how the spiritual atmosphere changes when you speak? That is not a coincidence. It is calling you to walk boldly, chosen. The world may not understand your authority, but they wouldn't be able to ignore it. You don't need validation. You carry heaven's seal. And now God is using that authority to ignite something bigger. This isn't just about personal growth. It's about spiritual revolution. You're not here to maintain the status quo. You're here to disrupt it with divine fire. Have you ever felt like your life was meant to spark something greater than yourself? That's because you're a catalyst, a leader, a chosen one, whose very life is meant to awaken sleeping hearts and shift entire atmospheres. You're not just a part of revival. You are the revival. Think of Martin Luther King Jr., whose boldness shook systems and inspired generations. He carried the weight of purpose and never let fear cancel his calling. That same fire is now being lit in you, God is saying, you've walked quietly long enough. Now it's time to roar your past trials, fuel your setbacks, preparation, your passion, heaven's fire. This is your moment to lead, not just with words, but with the undeniable presence of God burning through your obedience. Let me ask you, who will be transformed? Because you finally stopped hiding your light, because you said yes to being seen not for fame, but for His. Your story is not just unfolding. It is about to spark others into their own and chosen one. Let's talk about the legacy that God is trusting you to build. He is not blessing you simply so that you can have a good life. Rather, He is placing tools in your hands to build something eternal. Your influence, your obedience, and your faithfulness are not random. They are generational. What you are doing right now is planting seeds that will outlive you. That book you write, the business you build, the children you raise, the souls you impact. All of these things are part of a kingdom legacy. Think of Ruth, who was a foreigner, widowed, and seemingly insignificant. Yet her loyalty, her obedience, and her trust positioned her in the lineage of Jesus Christ. What looked like a quiet act of devotion became a generational shift. That's you, chosen one. What feels small now is about to echo in eternity. What if your legacy isn't just about what you accomplish, but about how many lives are lifted by your example? Chosen one. God is not just increasing your reach, He's increasing your resilience, because with great calling comes great opposition, but the fire. The Spirit of God is strengthening your core, as stated in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, 8-9, which states, "We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, struck down, but not destroyed." You have been through battles that would have broken most people, but here you are still standing, still believing, and still growing. This is not an accident. It is the Spirit of God that is strengthening your core. That is your anthem. That is your reality. You are not fragile. You are forged. Every adversity has trained your hands for battle and your heart for endurance. Like Bethany Hamilton, who lost her arm in a shark attack, but returned to professional surfing with more fire than ever before. You are not defined by what tried to stop you. You are defined by who sustains you, chosen one. Have you recently felt something lifting, like a fog finally clearing from your mind and spirit? That is the clarity of God arriving, not just to help you see more, but to help you see rightly as He reveals everything. He is not only giving you more, you fresh vision. He's dissolving every lie, every half-truth, every confusion that once kept you stuck. The uncertainty that caused you to second guesses your every move is vanishing in the light of His truth. You're not just gaining insight, you're receiving divine alignment. Can you feel it? That newfound stillness, that confidence in your steps. That's clarity from heaven. This clarity is more than direction. It's empowerment. You'll walk into situations that used to overwhelm you and feel peace. You'll hear options. You will notice opportunities where others see closed doors, solutions where others see problems. And when people start asking you, "How are you always so clear-headed?" you will have the opportunity to say, "It's not me. It's the God who reveals all things." This is because God is now your compass, your counselor, and your confirmation. And because God is now your confirmation, you will know instantly which one to choose. This clarity will distinguish you. Think of Daniel, placed in the courts of kings, navigating danger with wisdom, interpreting dreams no man could explain. What set him apart wasn't intelligence. It was divine clarity. That's what's setting you apart too. So what decisions would you make today if you fully trusted the clarity God has already given you? What hesitation could you release if you knew He's already ordered your steps? This is not the season for doubt. It's the season for divine direction. You are not just seeing clearly, you're seeing divinely. And where others get lost in confusion, you will lead with conviction. And as God sharpens your vision, He's also awakening a joy you didn't know was missing, the joy of serving. Have you noticed that helping others feels more fulfilling lately? That when you give, your heart swells instead of empties? That's not a coincidence. That's calling. As God reveals more to you, He's showing you something crucial. The blessings He gives aren't just for you. They're meant to overflow. You're not just a receiver, you're a release point. Matthew 5:16 reminds us, "Let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." And that is exactly what you are doing right now, chosen one. Every time you give, speak, or offer assistance, you are shining. Your acts of love are seeds, and these seeds grow into legacies. Your kindness is watering gardens that you will never see. Just like Princess Diana, who chose compassion as her crown, your willingness to serve becomes your influence. This is not because you are seeking praise, but rather because God's presence is tangible in your actions. What would your life look like if you made service your default, not your duty? That's the joy God is unlocking. And the more you pour out, the more heaven pours back into you. You're stepping into a cycle of divine exchange, where giving becomes your greatest growth and blessing. Others becomes your constant overflow. Chosen one, your service is sacred, and it's transforming lives in ways only eternity will fully reveal. Now let's talk about something foundational: faith. Because as God continues to reveal the details of your purpose, He's also strengthening your ability to trust Him beyond what you see. This isn't surface level of belief. This is a mountain-moving faith that is unshakable and relentless, built not on feelings, but on divine promise. Have you recently found yourself praying more bold prayers, believing for things that you once thought were impossible? This is an example of faith being stretched and faith being honored. Matthew 17:20 says, "Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'It will move,' and nothing will be impossible for you." That's not poetic, that's prophetic. You're about to move things, not because you're qualified by the world, but because you're authorized by heaven and your faith chosen. One is about to be the very thing that opens doors, shifts atmospheres, and silences. Think of Helen Keller, born deaf and blind, yet she believed in a world beyond her senses. Through faith, perseverance, and divine guidance, she became a symbol of resilience and purpose. Like her, you're not limited by what you can see or hear. You're being led by something deeper. Ask yourself, what would you pursue if you stopped waiting for signs and started walking in faith? Your boldness won't just impact you, it will awaken others. People will look at your life and say, "If they could believe through that, maybe I can too." That's the ripple effect of real faith. You're not just a believer. You're a faith bearer lighting the way for others to trust God more deeply. Your faith will become a lighthouse in the fog of fear, a voice of hope in a world drowning in doubt. And all of this clarity, service faith is building towards something greater, a divine legacy, chosen one. You are not just being prepared for a breakthrough. You are the breakthrough for someone else. As you walk in this clarity, this joy, and this unwavering trust, you're laying a foundation that will outlast you. You're building something that future generations will walk on. What if the way you choose to trust today becomes the reason your children walk in freedom tomorrow? So now, beloved, chosen one, what would your life look like if you fully trusted the clarity God has given you? What could shift in your world if you made joy-filled service your lifestyle? What miracles might manifest if you dared to live by mountain, moving faith daily? You are not just receiving revelation, you are becoming it. You are not just walking in blessing, you are distributing it. You are not just believing for the impossible, you are proving it. This is your season. This is your light. And the world is about to be transformed by what God reveals through you. chosen one. As we close this sacred message, take a deep breath and let it settle in your spirit. God is not finished with you. What He's revealing is more than information. It's transformation. This isn't the end of your story. It's the unveiling of a new chapter, written in grace, guided by light and sealed with hope. The clarity you've received, the love you've embraced, the strength you've discovered, and the fire that's been reignited in you. All of it is preparing you for something greater than you imagined. The dreams that once seemed dead are breathing again. The path that once felt closed is clearing, and the hope you thought was lost is rising like the dawn. Romans 15:13 declares, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in Him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit." That's not just a blessing, it's a prophecy for your life. Hope is no longer a distant idea. It's now your posture, your fuel, your anchor. You'll walk through life differently because of it. When others collapse under pressure, you'll rise. When the world says impossible, you'll whisper, "Watch God." Watch. This is what it means to be chosen to live as a living testimony of heaven's unshakable hope. You are not just hopeful. You are hope. A walking beacon of God's promises fulfilled and still unfolding. Thank you deeply and sincerely for walking with us through this journey. Whether you've been with us since the beginning, or this was your first time hearing a message like this, know that your presence means more than words can express your heart, your time, your spirit. It's all deeply valued here. We're building something sacred, and you are a vital part of it. If this message has blessed you, and you feel led to give, you can show your support through a super thanks. Every gift you share helps us spread these divine revelations to more chosen ones across the globe, those who are still waiting for confirmation, encouragement, and hope. But please hear this clearly, whether you give or not, we are so grateful for you. Your support in any form is felt, just by being here, by receiving this word, by opening your heart. You are already sowing something powerful into the atmosphere, and now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May your face shines upon you and grants you peace. May every step you take be filled with divine favor. May your life be filled to the brim with clarity, joy, faith, wisdom, and an unshakable hope that illuminates the world around you. You are seen, you are chosen, you are unstoppable, and the best is yet to come. Until we meet again, may you be blessed, remain courageous, and remain anchored in the one who never fails.